Welcome to Hardback Life. It's time for stories, sass, and strong opinions. Let's turn the page. I'm Cassie.
And I'm Becca.
Guys, we're back together.
After 2 weeks? 3 weeks?
A bit. More like 4. Because we did the Oddbirds, then we did nothing, then you did it, then I did it.
Oh, yeah, it's been a month.
It's been a bit.
It's
I mean, Oddbirds, technically we were together, but we haven't,
yeah, we haven't,
filmed.
done this in, a month.
Yeah.
That's
Did you
crazy.
notice
Time
my new light?
flies. I actually do really like the lighting.
Right? So I bought one of the color changing ones.
I, in fact, am sitting in my bedroom, and it is a disaster, so therefore, we have the background, which kind of,
No one will know.
blurs out my head.
I don't know what you're talking about. It looks so realistic.
I'm actually in, a little book studio.
Yeah, you've renovated and
You would
added
never
a
know.
studio.
What's new, I guess, in the last month since Oddbird?
Nothing?
Yeah.
I've read more books. I don't know.
I
I got a new light bulb.
when did we do Oddbird again? Like, time
That was wasn't it the
it was
second
the second weekend in
weekend?
April.
Yeah.
I mean, I took a trip to see Sarah.
Mhm. I took a trip to see you.
You did.
Mhm.
'Cause I finally fucking graduated. That post was so cute. I've gotten back into yoga.
That's fun.
Yeah. I would show everyone the cupping that happened on my back, but that'll
Oh my
scare
gosh, it was
everyone.
so bad.
It's
It
like
was so bad.
actually, I don't know.
Can you see any of it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yep, there it is.
Yeah, so bad. And the darker it is, the more, tense it was. They call
Oh,
it,
interesting. I
stagnation.
was wondering why, and I was just like, I don't know, maybe they just stopped sucking by the end. I don't know.
No, so the more dark the spot is, the more
Mhm.
stagnation that's occurred, in
That's so
that
interesting.
area. What are you
What are you currently
reading?
reading?
You
Oh.
beat me to it. Um, so I just last night finished Funny Story by Emily Henry finally. I feel
Mhm.
like just the last, month of grad school, especially the last 2 weeks, just hit me hard. So
No,
I've really
fair.
only been reading at night, and I get, a chapter or 2 in.
Mhm.
If I wake up in the middle of the night, which has been happening a lot again, because I think it has something to do with, my cycle and my hormones, but
Yeah.
I'll read then. But, yeah, so I just finished that. That was great. I did feel like the ending was a little, rushed
Okay.
and a little bit, stereotypical for, kind of what happens, but overall, I really, really liked it. I gave it 4.5, I think.
You said you liked that better than Book Lovers, right?
Yeah, Book Lovers was,
Yeah.
a 2.5, 3, which is
Which one was do you
crazy
know
because people say that's, her best one.
that's upsetting.
I know.
Do you know which one was her first? I mean, I know she's written quite a few now, but
Great question. Let's look it up.
I've only read Great Big Beautiful Life.
Emily Henry's debut novel is The Love That Split the World, a young adult fantasy romance.
I didn't expect that.
I did not either.
We might have to read that.
Yeah, I would be.
Take a screenshot of that. Add it to the Cassie TBR since I haven't updated mine.
So, beach read, people we meet on vacation, book lovers, happy place, funny story, a great big beautiful life. Yeah, so The Love That Split the World was published in 2016. Here it is. I'll read the synopsis.
Yes, I'm excited.
Natalie's last summer in her small Kentucky hometown is off to a magical start until she starts seeing the wrong things. They're just momentary glimpses at first. Her front door is red instead of usual green. There's a preschool where the garden store should be. But then her whole town disappears for hours, fading away into rolling hills and grazing buffalo, and Nat knows something isn't right. Then there are the visits from the kind but mysterious apparition she calls grandmother, who tells her you have 3 months to save him. The next night, under the stadium lights of the high school football field, she meets a beautiful boy named Bo, and it's as if time just stops and nothing exists, nothing except Natalie and Bo. I can't say I'm interested.
No, I really want it to be. And I'm listening. I'm like, this sounds like a lot happening.
Oh, I can see why nobody knows.
Yeah, I can see why she doesn't advertise that one as much.
Yeah, so I guess technically that was the first publication, but of the ones that she's popular for in the romance genre, the very first one
Yeah.
was Beach Read.
Beach read. Oh,
Yeah. And then it was People We Meet on Vacation was the
okay.
second one. I remember I've had Happy Place on my TBR for a really long time. And then
Mhm.
I think I found Book Lovers and added that one. But I remember when Funny Story came out. And obviously I remember when Great Big Beautiful Life came out too.
Yeah.
So I have Beach Read and Happy Place suspended on Libby.
Oh. I have Great Big Beautiful Life. Angie is gonna borrow it, but then you could borrow it after if you want.
Okay.
Angie got it for me last year for Books and Roses Day.
Oh, yeah. When is that
Yeah.
again?
It already happened. It was like April something.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I'm killing it. I'm doing a great job.
It's okay. I totally forgot about it and I pushed it so hard last year.
You did. You really did.
I really did.
So, yeah, so sorry, I just finished Funny Story and now I just started the book club book, Her Last Breath.
Okay.
And I'm getting secondhand claustrophobia.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, like it's real hard to like read and listen to them talking about like the small enclosed spaces that they go
Ugh.
into in the cave. And like one of them gets stuck. I can't.
No,
I
no, no,
know.
no,
Like
no.
I just, yeah.
I couldn't even when we went away on our trip, I couldn't even sleep on the bottom bunk because I felt claustrophobic.
So maybe,
I slept on the trundle and Becca slept on.
so maybe just like take the L on this one.
Yeah, I think I accept that. I
Um,
accept that.
so yeah, that's what I'm reading. And then after I'm done that, I'm going to unsuspend one of the Emily Henrys probably.
That's
What are
good.
you reading?
I just finished on audio Tuesdays with Maury. Have you ever read that?
No, tell me how it is because I feel like
I
that
loved it.
Tuesdays with Maury, I feel like is like the old version of I was just talking about this with my mom. I'm in a blank. We can move on if it comes back to me later. But like there's a
Yeah.
modern book that I feel like is Tuesdays with Maury's equivalent.
So Angie said that to me and she sent me the book. Hold on, I have it. I literally have it because we were just talking about this. A Man Called Ove.
Okay, no, that's not the one I was thinking of,
Okay.
but I feel like Tuesdays with Maury is the old version of Briefly Perfectly Human.
Oh, I
Um
don't know that one.
Yeah, I haven't fully read it, but it's a book that was recommended to me in grad school. And it's basically about coming to terms with death.
Yeah,
So,
he always was fine with dying. Like from the beginning, Maury was fine with dying. The book is more about like what he thinks is important in life
mm,
and how moving forward he hopes that people can live using his knowledge and just like he's like I'm not afraid of death, I'm not afraid of dying, I'm afraid of how I'm going to go. I want to go, peacefully that doesn't affect my family. He's like I want them to know we did as much together as we could,
no,
you
I think
know?
I have that same stance.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
agree.
afraid to die. Like, I'm not afraid for what's beyond because obviously, like, I won't know until I experience it. But I definitely am scared of how I will die.
I agree. I mean,
Like,
even his, like he had ALS. Like it wasn't a great death, but what I loved, I mean, I didn't love that he died. It was still sad. I did cry a little bit.
yeah.
But what I loved was that he slipped into a coma.
Mm,
And, everybody's like, any minute now, any minute now. And for the first time in 2 days, his family left his side to go get coffee. Like it was him, his wife, or
naturally.
sorry, it was his wife, his kids, a couple close friends. They had left the room for the first time in 2 days, left him alone. And that's when he went. And he had said, like, I don't want anybody around. He said he had to watch his mom's he got a telegram that his mom died, and then he had to identify his father in the morgue. He's like, I don't want my death to scar anybody the way that I have been scarred by death.
Mm.
He's like, I want them to know that I went peacefully. I don't want them to see my last breath. I don't want them with that image, which I saw my grandpa take his last breath. That shit is jarring. Like that is upsetting. So I think he purposefully held on until he was alone so that he could do that with nobody around. And it was
Oh,
just so beautiful.
I am somebody, and we could go down like this rabbit hole. But the last statement I'll make on it, and then we can shift to like the topic today, is I believe wholeheartedly, and I have no evidence to support it,
Mhm.
but I believe wholeheartedly that we choose,
Yeah, I agree.
for the most part.
Mhm.
Like I think that there are like accidents that happen that obviously like you die instantly, and like
Mhm.
that's not a choice. Like I think that
Yeah.
just somebody said it perfectly to me one time is there is evil in the world and God can't be everywhere
Mhm.
or the higher powers or whatever word you would
Whatever.
use. And so car accidents are going to happen, murders are going to happen, like really horrific things are going to happen. And unfortunately, like it just
Yeah.
did. And it may not have ever been on the path, you know?
So I finished Laura Lynn Jackson's also audio.
Oh, yeah.
The Light Between Us, is that what the one I just read?
Yeah.
I think so. And she said, like, souls know when they come to this earth. Like, children who are going to die as children are well aware that they are going
Yep.
to have a short lifespan,
Yep.
but they come for a purpose.
Yep.
They come to learn what love is. They come to help somebody. They come for a purpose. Like, so people who do pass in accidents or pass young, like, I'm not trying to make anybody, I don't know. I'll take that part out. But like, people who do,
Don't take it out. I think it's no, I think that that would sit well with some people and other people
yeah.
I don't think would align with that belief. And that's fine.
Yeah, but apparently, like, souls choose, like, they choose you. Like, they have a choice of, like, you could take this road and it'll be short, but you'll feel so much love. Or you could take this road and it'll be longer, but you might not have that same experience, and, like, you kind of get to choose the way that you go. You know, not the way that you pass, but the path that you choose.
I was listening to a podcast like back a
Mhm,
couple weeks ago and it was like actually oop, I just hit my mic. It was actually really beautiful and I liked how they described it. You get a blueprint,
mhm,
right? Like when your soul is choosing to come to earth, like there's a blueprint. And I think what was most powerful about that was them reiterating it's a blueprint.
yes.
So, like, when we get here as physical living beings and we have a brain and things happen to us, life happens, we have the power to deviate from the blueprint,
Mhm.
knowingly or unknowingly.
Yeah,
Most of
Laura
the time,
Lansassi
unknowingly.
she called them doors, like, you could take a doorway this way or a doorway this way, but, like, ultimately, your goal here is still the same. You're like,
Correct. And that's what
what
I've
your
always
mission
believed
is.
is like I've
Yeah.
always said that I believe that there is an end goal,
Mhm.
whether tangible or like internal personal growth
Yeah,
or both. But how I get there is my earthly responsibility.
I agree with that.
And also, like, it's kind of other people's earthly responsibilities. And it's just like, I truly believe we are all connected. And I think the smallest decisions that one person can make can completely change the path for like them and other people.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I think that's something we don't really understand and we don't really
Mhm.
like think about is like, it does matter. Like, we are all like connected in some way. And some people just don't believe that, and that's okay. But I definitely believe, like, I mean, I think I'll use this as an example. Like, I think I've mentioned that obviously, like, I have a child who died. I had a pregnancy loss, and I always tell people I think the biggest thing that gives me peace is she knew.
Mhm.
She knew. She contracted at the beginning that her life was going to be short
Yep.
and that she wasn't going to make it out as like she was an earthly being, but like she wasn't like born to like live a life. And I
Yes.
think that it's okay that somebody else's existence was for me
Mhm.
or for her in some way. Like maybe, and I'm somebody who I do believe in reincarnation. So, like, if you don't believe in reincarnation, this might not hit, but like, she could have had another life where kind of what you were saying a minute ago, like, she could have had another life that was extremely difficult and she didn't know love. And
Yeah.
so she might have said, well, man, I'm only going to have the experience of existing in my mom's like stomach for 18 weeks, but like, I'm going to be loved
Yeah.
and I'm going to feel that in the most powerful way of like being in my mom.
Mhm.
And I'm good with that.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
I agree.
So we really just went down a path.
Yeah, the other thing I'm reading, just to get us back on, is an arc. It's Untangled by Kennedy Rhodes. It's another space romance. I really like it so far.
You with
Just
the
like a
space
brief little
romance.
synopsis is a human gets mistaken for an alien cult leader. So it's like a right up my alley. I think it's
Wow.
so fucking funny.
Are there like tails and things?
I don't know about the aliens that are the cult people, but the romance one does not have tails or horns. They're
Okay.
humanoid, they're just blue and bigger.
We've talked about this actually.
Yeah, it's the same
Series
species.
or species.
Yeah, it's the same
Okay.
species that she falls in love with. It's a different species that's in the cult, but, like, they're not gonna do anything.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, that's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for what we're talking about today. We've been waiting forever, and I feel like it's a good time.
It is. So it's really funny that we chose this topic today. And it's just like, again, like a good timing because I was looking through like old videos of ours and like, I don't remember what I was doing, but I happened upon a clip in an older episode where we were like, oh my God, like when we do this episode, like yada, yada, yada. So yeah, it's been a long time coming. It's not really like the book itself isn't like a hot commodity right now. Like we've passed
Mm-mm.
that, but like
Yeah,
the author
the
and like the
topic, the
series
world.
are in the media right now.
Yes.
So with
Which
that,
I'm so excited.
today's episode is about Fourth Wing.
Yay! Who thought I'd be the excited one here because I wouldn't read that shit for so long.
I know you wouldn't. And it's such good timing because I've seen a lot of conversation and little like
Mhm.
whispers about the novella.
I was going with the show even.
So I was gonna go to that after, but those are the two big things right now. Like I've seen a lot
Mhm.
about the novella that's been announced, which we don't know any
Yeah,
information about.
I
We
know.
just know when it's coming, and I forget when it's coming.
I think my guess is it's gonna be the person at the end of Onyx Storm. Zayden was like, "How can you do this? You watched me, blah blah blah." I think it's gonna be that person's like path of becoming, so that we have it before the next book. You know what I mean?
Like the person that he
He's
talks about and
speaking to.
refers to as his brother.
Yeah, he's like, "You watched me go through this. Why would you do this? Like, why would you make
Hmm,
this choice?" I think it's gonna be that person's like how they got there.
I don't know. I don't
You
know if
don't
she'll
know?
reveal that way.
I guess that's fair. I was just thinking because then we don't have to have the backstory take up the book, you know?
That's fair.
I don't know. That was just my main thinking.
This one we're definitely gonna have to like hit some things and then at some point like probably say like spoiler warning, don't listen.
I can give you a synopsis. That's about as far as I might get without spoilers because I love it.
But yeah, the show too. Before you give the synopsis, the show
Yeah.
too, because it's like actually officially confirmed.
Hmm.
I am dying at who's like heading this project.
Yeah. I don't know if Michael B. Jordan is going to be Zayden or a producer or what, but I fucking love him.
I don't think Michael B. Jordan is in the like I don't think he's
Ugh,
Zayden.
I would accept him as Zayden. I don't care.
I would not. Zayden's not white or white. Zayden
What?
is not white. That's been made very clear. I also don't
Yeah.
think he's fully black. I think he's like
No, I
mixed.
don't either, but Michael B. Jordan is just so attractive. And he just seems like a genuinely nice person. Okay, I'm ready. A fragile book girl gets shoved into dragon military school where everyone wants her dead. And she survives mostly out of spite. The dragons are basically giant, emotionally unavailable cats, and somehow there's still time for enemies to lovers flirting with everyone's favorite shadow daddy. It's full of love, loss, and lots of sexual tension, felt both by humans and dragons.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
Um,
I was just gonna say it has like a shit ton of awards.
I was gonna say I'll get the highlights. So
Yeah, like maybe the first like three are probably the most
yeah, I
renowned
agree.
ones.
So it has Goodreads Choice Award for Reader's Favorite Romantasy in 2023.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like scanning through this. Oh, we kind of just hit on this that it has a TV series in development
Yeah.
at MGM Amazon Studios with Michael B. Jordan. Um,
Best
Amazon
Audible.
Best Books of the Year, Apple Best Books of the
Yeah, I know. It just
Year,
said number
Barnes
4.
and Noble Best Fantasy Book. Like it's got a
I'm
lot. It's
assuming
got a
all
lot of awards.
2023. Some I've never even heard of, like Waterstone's Book of the Year finalist. Like, what is that?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Indigo, I'm gonna have to look into because that's come up for a couple
NPR
we've
Books We
talked about.
Love 2023.
You go, NPR.
Basically, at the end of the day, this book is great, and that's why it has so many awards.
We both put it in our fantasy starter packs.
We did.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so topic one, world building. And I really enjoy the world building in this. I think we've
I did
talked
too.
about this idea like a couple times, but I really feel like that the world building works in this book because you discover the writer's quadrant with Violet. And for some context as well, there are different quadrants in this world. So there's the writer's quadrant, which are the dragon riders, and then you have the scribes,
Mm-hmm.
and you have I'm forgetting the name of
Cadets? No, not the cadets.
I'm forgetting the name.
They're like riders knockoff, like the camper ones, like the Boy Scouts, basically. What is that? What are they called?
I'm looking right now. Why is this so hard to find? Oh, okay. I'm forgetting two actually. So there are four distinct military and academic branches. So you have the
Mhm.
Riders Quadrant, which are the Dragon Riders. You have the
Yep.
Scribe Quadrant, which I just mentioned, and they're like
Mhm.
the knowledge keepers. So they like track all of the like literature and things. Then you have
That's
the
what
healers.
Violet wanted to be.
Yes, Violet wanted to be a scribe. We'll get to there in a minute. Her mom forced her to be a rider. And then the healers quadrant, so they handle like medical
I forgot they were a
responsibility.
quadrant.
Infantry is what we were thinking about.
Yes, the Boy Scouts, basically.
The largest and lowest ranking branch acting as ground level foot soldiers.
It's
Like you weren't good enough to be a rider, so you're gonna fight on the
like
ground
you
on
knew
your
you
hands
weren't gonna
and
make
feet.
it across the parapet, and you just like accepted that.
Mhm. pretty
You
much.
didn't even want to try.
I think honestly, one of the best pieces of world building in this book in Fourth Wing is when she's going across the parapet.
Yeah, she does it anytime she needs to, like, keep her thoughts at bay, is, like, she really starts going over things in her brain, and that's how we get a lot of the world building, like, that's how we learn about the fights, that's how we learn about the venom, like, that's where we get it all, and I think that's such an interesting way to do it. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, I really liked it. It was not the bristles on a broomstick for me.
Yeah, I know.
I'm never living that saying down.
No, it's my favorite. I
Yeah.
mean, I hate it, but I also, like, it's my favorite to quote.
So yeah, overall, great world building.
I agree.
I also with world building recently, if I'm struggling to like visualize it, well, actually, okay, let's be fair. I haven't really been reading a lot of fantasy.
I was gonna say, you haven't really been.
I don't think I've completely finished one fantasy this year,
No, because I think the only one you even really attempted was Quicksilver
and I DNF'd that
and
shit.
Amarantha, but that's not what it's
And I
called. I just
DNF'd
can't.
that shit. That shit
Yeah.
was dark.
What is that?
I
It's
just
not
was not in a
Amarantha.
place where I could read that.
Yeah.
No, let's see. I read two Emily Henry, blah, 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 two Emily Henrys, an Alice Feeney. I'm sorry, I've read then I've read, like, a bunch of Abby Jimenez. We read Binding
You were really on a
13.
kick there.
We read Broken Country with book club, and
Wow,
that's
that was
really
this
it. Oh,
year.
and I finished The Grieving Brain. I have not fully completed a fantasy this year,
That's crazy.
considering, like, all last year was just
I was
fantasy.
gonna say, considering that's all we read last year. I have. I've been doing a lot more of mixing up the genres. That was a goal, but I have read
I
fantasy.
really am in my romance contemporary fiction era, I think.
I went really hard at that for a while, and I think I just I'm fine. I still like it. I like the ice hockey, but I think the fantasy adds a level of, like, difference to it. Like, a lot of when you read some romances, they all start to bleed together. Like, I think the fantasy aspect of it mixes it up enough for me where I can stay in it.
It's fair.
Yeah.
I support that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say something and I don't remember.
You know what I really liked about this book, honestly, even though it was fantasy? I liked that it was a little more modern. Like, their dialect was more modern, and yeah, they didn't have, like, cell phones, but I really liked that it had a more modern spin on it.
I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of fantasies you feel like you're in, like, Victorian time.
Yes, and I make that make sense because it's fairies, but I do feel like they live in Victorian times.
Yeah, like, when reading ACOTAR and, like, imagining that world, like, it was
Yes.
I imagined, like, very old school,
Yes.
like,
Even,
servants
like,
and castles and things, you know?
even in some like, when they said something about, like, a condo in Valaris at one point, and I was like, "A fucking condo? Like, what are you talking about?" I was so confused. And then she's like, "I'm opening an art store," and I'm like, "An art store? Are we in 2010 all of a sudden? Like, what is happening?"
No, I did enjoy the modern spin. I think it was
I
easier
did too.
to imagine some of the, like,
Them.
pieces of the world.
Mhm.
What I was gonna say earlier was that I have been getting into, like, if I'm struggling to visualize something, whether it's, like, the scene or whether it's, like, the characters, like, I'll go
Mhm.
on, like, TikTok or Instagram Reels, and I'll type in the book or I'll type in the characters, and I'll see, like, the art that people have created.
That's so dangerous.
If I'm struggling to imagine myself.
That's so dangerous though, because I did that with ACOTAR, and I texted you, and I'm like, "Why the fuck are all the pictures of Feyre with Rhysand?" I was so mad.
And I was like, "Keep reading the book."
When I read Fourth Wing, I texted you, and I was like, "Send me a picture of Xaden and Violet so I can see them."
Mhm, mhm.
I won't do it anymore.
We can shift into that conversation of, like, her falling for Xaden
Mm.
and the enemies to lovers, and I think it was wonderful.
I mean, I loved
I
it. I
am
struggled, so it's 5 stars for me. This is not me hating on it. I think I struggled a little bit with, like, how hard and quick he fell because he's like, "I'm gonna kill her." Like, how do you go from like, that
No,
happens so
but you
quickly from his
eventually
part.
get later in the series, and
Yes, but I'm trying to stick to this book. Yes, later in the series, we get it explained, but at the time, I was like, "Okay,
no, I
didn't you wanna
agree.
murder her, like, 5 seconds ago?"
But I think that highlights perfectly sometimes where in books, when you don't get the internal dialogue of the character, like, of another
Mhm.
character, you're like, "This is just, like, not making sense." I mean, also, Rebecca
Yeah.
Yarros probably did it on purpose, like,
Oh, you know she did.
because she's an intentional bitch, okay? Like,
Ugh,
she knows
she
what
really
she's
is.
doing.
She reposts stuff about Riddick being murdered and killed off, and I'm like, stop! It's not funny, Rebecca. Stop.
I don't think he's gonna make it, but that's another conversation. So Xaden,
Sawyer was
I
already. Never
got
mind.
in. I got into this book because I was, again, similar to ACOTAR. I started listening to the graphic audio.
Mhm.
And let me tell you, I really feel like that it played into how much like I love Xaden is the voice actor for Xaden in the graphic audio. I have a thought in my mind that's not appropriate to say out loud on the podcast.
I think we can follow though. So you know why? I'm dead. I'm dead. I looked. So I'm not big into graphic audios. I might try them again now that I'm more into audios in general. But because you said what you just said to me, not that part of it, but that you loved this voice so much, I looked him up on TikTok. Because where else am I going to
Okay.
look it up? You know, the voice doesn't match.
So here's the thing.
And so
I
now I
looked him
can't
up.
hear it.
I
I
looked
can't
him
hear
up
it.
and I was like, shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact. He's also the voice of Lucian
Yes,
in the
he
graphic
is.
audio of ACOTAR. So like that threw me a little.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, I don't hate
It's so
it
funny.
because I love
Because I
his
did
voice.
try the graphic audio of ACOTAR at one point just to like see if I could do it again before getting into audios more. And I texted you and I was like, oh, Lucian's voice is fucking annoying. And you were like, don't say that.
It was so no, I love Lucian's voice. Well, I just love that voice actor.
I know.
Anyway, least to say, love Xaden.
Mm-hmm.
Their enemies to lovers
Mm-hmm.
was wonderful.
It really was. When they started making out because the dragons were horny, I was like, that was a lot. I loved it, but it was also like, what the fuck is happening?
My favorite is when they talk about Taryn and Sigale.
Mm-hmm.
Is that how you pronounce it?
You don't want
Oh,
to
I'm
know
not
how
the
I
right. You're not
pronounce
the right
it.
person to
No.
ask.
I call her Seagal.
I don't think it's how you. I watched a video one time on the pronunciations of the dragons and like how they're actually supposed to be pronounced in like the appropriate dialect or whatever. We're not pronouncing those words right. Anyone. But yeah, like my favorite part is when they talk about them going off and like when they get frisky and you're like and it's so funny because like obviously like in this book when you bond with a dragon,
Mm-hmm.
you can like hear them in your head. So
Yeah, it's how you
Violet's like,
communicate.
I don't want to. Please shut me out. Like, for
Yeah.
the love of everything. Like, I don't want to hear you guys getting it on.
If there's ever a chapter or like just X amount of pages without the dragons, I'm like, okay, where are they?
Yeah.
I want the dragons.
I loved the dragons in this. Like, it really, like, got me. Like,
I loved them.
because this and ACOTAR were, like, kind of my intro into fantasy. At first, I was like, Fourth Wing was giving me Harry Potter vibes, but, like, it got to with the dragons and things and, like, the
Oh, okay.
you know, like, the creatures and stuff.
I love a good creature.
I love a good I was just gonna say that same sentence. I love a good creature.
I love a creature.
Hashtag surreal.
I miss him.
Talk about crazy voices in the graphic audio of ACOTAR, the surreal.
I don't know if I want to hear it,
That shit was
honestly. It might
crazy.
like haunt my nightmares.
It probably will. But anyway, we keep deviating from Violet and Xaden. There's so much. Like it's so hard to talk about this book
Mhm.
having read the other books
Yes, I agree.
because there's
Should we say
so
spoiler
much.
from here on out? I guess I don't really
Yeah,
know.
really. I don't know. No. There's just like so much between the two of them. And what frustrates me about him is like he pulls like the typical male bullshit where he's like doesn't give her the full truth or like keeps things from her. And he's like, well, I didn't lie.
I hate when people say that.
I didn't lie. Well, no, you didn't lie, but you withheld the truth.
Yeah. I mean, okay, that what I was just gonna say was such a big spoiler. I won't do it.
Spoiler alert.
You kept her brother alive and let her think he was dead. So maybe technically you're not lying, but morally you might want to check that.
Yeah.
I don't know about
That's
that.
crazy. When that happened, that was crazy. Also, we should bring it back
to the floor.
I haven't talked about this in a hot minute. We probably talked about this really early on, but fun fact about me is when I listened to Fourth Wing on graphic audio, and I did the same thing with ACOTAR. When I listened to Fourth Wing on graphic audio, I didn't realize there was a part 2. So I just went to Iron Flame.
I remember this.
And it's like, and I ended at the part where Andarna freezes the people who are trying to kill Violet.
And if you've read fantasy, the 50% mark is crazy.
It's crazy. And so I was like, wow, that was a really good ending. And then the second book, like the graphic audio kicks in and it's like, Brennan is alive. And I'm like, wait.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
I
okay,
don't
like I
think-
guess I just like I was like fully ignorant. Like I was like,
You were like, I'm gonna give it a little bit longer, but I feel like I might have missed some stuff.
and then I figured it out. So I'm an idiot. Hashtag killing it.
No, somebody else told us they did that too, though. I just can't remember who it was. Maybe
I don't
Miranda.
remember.
I don't remember.
Next bullet
Let's talk
point.
about Dane. Here's what I wanted
Little
to
baby
happen.
back bitch.
That's how I describe that man.
But you know what's so funny is Rebecca Yarros defends the shit out of that man.
So, not in book 1. I think he is not as bad as Tamlin in the sense he does get redeemed. But book 1 really tested that.
Okay, so Tamlin's just a dick and like uses his trauma as an excuse. Dane is just a whiner.
And he's like an idiot a little bit.
And he and I get it. Like he just like cared about his best friend. He wanted to save her, but like enough with the like, you're so weak. Like you can't do this.
Yeah.
Like, protect
No, that
yourself.
started to get to me. I did want though him to like get over that.
Have some
And I wanted them
frickin'
to have a
faith,
fling.
man.
I wanted them to have a fling because
No.
I wanted Xaden. I wanted to see jealous Xaden in full force.
But like
It wasn't because I really gave a shit about Dane. It was because imagine how sexy that would have been.
No, I think he would have killed anyone that touched her.
Imagine how sexy that would have been.
Touch her and die. He actually probably is the epitome of touch her and die.
Yeah. I mean, he even like never mind, that's a separate book. I'll shut the fuck up about it. It's
Let's talk about also survival because let me tell you something. While I'm reading this book and Violet's going through the parapet and she's going through all these like physical tests and they have to fight each other in combat and they have to like scale all of these things. I would have been dead in 5 seconds. I
okay,
would have
here's
stepped 1 foot on that parapet and the wind would have blown and I would have been like, oops, I give up.
here's my toxic trait is I like to believe I can do things that I
Cassandra.
know I cannot. I would have not survived day 2, but in my head I'm like, if I focus, I could have balanced on that parapet.
Yeah, you
I
could.
can't walk in a straight line, but in my head I'm like, I could have done that.
I'll give it to you, but we both know the truth.
I was like, I could have. Why are so many people dying?
You
Like,
know what
could
I would have
definitely
done?
walk across this.
I would have stepped like 1 foot on there and been like blown like over the parapet. And then on the
Mhm.
way down, you would have heard me screaming at you, I'll see you soon.
Yeah, literally. Like, I know I wouldn't have. Once I got off, I probably would have been dead instantly. But in my mind, I'm like, I could have walked across that fucking tightrope. Like, I can do that.
Yeah, I mean, and as weak as they pose her, like she does defy all odds. And like her
Mhm.
own, let's talk about this too. Her own fucking mom like didn't believe that.
It's just gonna kill her, basically.
Yeah,
Her
Mom
mom
didn't
was
give a
just
shit.
ready to lose another child.
Mom redeemed herself
Too late, in my opinion.
very late.
Like,
She did like it was a very redeemable moment, but it was she was a little too late. You know, it's just a little too late, a little too wrong.
yeah, it was
And
a
I can't
little.
wait.
We pushed it. We were gonna let her die
But
without
you
redeeming
know
ourselves.
all the right things to say.
I tried to keep going.
I was doing it
We,
on purpose.
Yeah, I struggled with the mom.
So yeah, I mean, survival. Like she defied all odds. Like I don't know how the girl. Well, she got sneaky with like
She did, and
poisons and
here's
things.
What I was just gonna say, one of our next bullet points is like intelligence versus brute strength.
Oh yeah, sorry, I just completely like looked over that. Apparently,
It's fine because it went right into it. Like she kept winning because she's smart and like, yeah, Xaden helped her.
So
a
here's the
little
thing
along the way,
too,
but-
like that, like maybe in a different world, like that could have been my backup. Like I could say like I'm smart, so I feel like I could like figure it out. No, I'm an idiot. Like
No, I wouldn't have figured that out.
no, like Dylan, my husband.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think physically, yeah, like he could figure it out, but I think ultimately what he would excel at is like the sneakery.
Yeah, no, I know realistically I'd be in the scribe quadrant. Like, I can recognize that about myself. But
Listen,
I'm
if I'm
stubborn
being
enough to
honest,
think I could have done the parapet.
they probably would have put me in infantry and just let me die.
I think about that and I'm like, I wouldn't have been able to even do that. You see, even that, like, I know they're the lowest ranking, but even that seems hard. Like, scribe, I can memorize things. I can read and write things. I can tell you stories.
I totally could have done like the medical healer.
No,
I
I'm
think.
disgusted by too many things, I think. I think I would have been a scribe. I think foot
You
soldier
would
is
have
still
loved
too
that
much
job. If you
pressure
could like
for me.
actually be a scribe in real life, like that would be like your ultimate goal, I think.
I'm literally begging somebody to hire me as a scribe, and it just doesn't feel like an in-demand job, right?
No, it's okay. We will have a small business.
Yes,
It will occur.
yes, and I will be able to quit my day job.
Oh my God. How great.
I'm manifesting it all.
How great would that be?
Yeah, so I think intelligence is better than strength because, like, if you know physics and shit, like, you can figure out where to hit people
Yeah,
and
but there
everything,
is
you
a
know?
certain point where intelligence will only get you so far. Like you have to figure out.
That's where the dragons come in, I think.
Yeah, well also I think too you have to play on your physical strengths and
Yeah.
like you have to get creative. When
She
she was I
becomes a
forget
good
what it was
fighter.
called, but when she was scaling the
The gauntlet.
thank you. When she was scaling the gauntlet, like there was like a whole big like argument about how she did it and they were like, "She
Yeah.
cheated. That's not fucking fair." But everybody was like, "Sit down." Like quiet. She was just like smart enough to figure it out.
Everybody, AKA Zayden, just
Well,
intimidated everybody into being like, "Okay, there's
shitbag.
no rule book for that."
The dragons absolutely were my favorite part of this book and the
I love the
series.
dragons so much.
I will never forget listening, like when they're going in to like get a match.
Mhm.
I'll never forget like listening to that scene like on graphic audio when she first hears Taryn in her head
Mhm.
and I was like, fuck it up. Like I called that bullshit. Like as
I did
soon as they were
too.
talking about it, like about the dragons and educating them, I was like, she's going to get a badass dragon.
Mhm.
Like there is
Yeah.
no way that she's not. But then when they were like kind of flirting with the idea of Andarna, I was like, oh well, she's definitely gonna get that dragon. But how's that gonna work? And then she
That's what I
got
said.
both.
I know, as soon as Taryn showed up, I was like, "Oh, that's her dragon." Like, I know that's gonna happen, and then the whole time, I was like, "She's gonna end up with this gold one everybody's talking about, but, like, she's gonna get this rare-ass black one, too, I know it."
And Taryn,
Ugh, if he were a man.
Eddie Taryn.
I love him.
You put like a debate comment on here that's are they really in control or just under the illusion that they are because they get to choose their human?
Mhm.
They're totally in control.
I think so, too. I
There's
think
no doubt in my mind.
this was just a topic because in the second book, maybe, one of the higher up, like, dickheads, maybe it was this one, was like, "We're there are dragons, but we're in control of them," and Taryn in her mind goes, "I don't know why he thinks that." Like,
Honestly,
no.
Karen is so sassy and I loved it. And his
It's the
voice in the
best.
graphic audio was so good.
I might have to try this graphic audio.
You should.
Maybe this will be the
I
one I
meant to tell
try.
I told you this already. That's how I'm rereading Akatar.
Yeah, you did tell me that. I think I might try that.
Well,
I
technically
just
have the physical book too, but
I
the
do.
first Akatar book's the only book that I don't have on Kindle. So
Mm. I,
I could just request it on Libby to be fair.
yeah. I, was just gonna say something about what we were talking about. Oh, so Rebecca, I saw this, like, somebody filmed a TikTok, and they were meeting Rebecca Yarros and getting a book signed, and they were like, "I just need to know if Broccoli's gonna be okay." If you know who Broccoli is, read the 3rd book. But she was like, "Oh, I would never kill a pet." She's like, "Dragons are fair game, though." And, like, technically, yes, she has killed dragons, but she hasn't killed any of our dragons yet. Like, Liam's, which was fucking devastating. That was hard. But, like, imagine if she killed Seagal or Taryn or Andarna. Okay, I can't say them.
Sigale?
Part of it's I don't know how to say them, and part of it is I can't say ours or else.
You know what
So,
kills me is it's just like that's probably my favorite what's the word I'm looking for? That's my favorite like name that you have mispronounced.
Seagal.
But you said Seagal.
Seagal. Yeah, Seagal. That's what I say when I read it. I say Seagal.
No,
I say Seagal in my head.
that's hysterical. Yeah, you know what's also whack is
That
to
she
go
killed Liam at all.
to go back to Liam, like I I skipped that half of the book, so I didn't even know.
That's right.
So then so that's kind of how I started putting things together as they started making comments and I was like, "Wait, what?" So it kind of got ruined for me a little bit. It wasn't as like shocking, which was depressing.
Just to make a point, because you just mentioned that. And people read Throne of Glass wrong and they put Assassin's Blade third. Who the fuck cares about Sam at that point?
You know
You know
what's
what I mean?
interesting about that? I saw a TikTok or like a video or something, and
Mhm.
it doesn't change my opinion. I still believe that you should read it first.
Mhm.
But it was the one good argument that I've heard is basically Aelin was not ready to share that trauma, so it shouldn't be read first. And
Meh.
it was like, okay, like that's valid. You're still wrong,
Yeah.
but I can see your argument.
Meh. Feels like neither here nor there
F
for
Sarah
me
J.
at this
Maas, she
point.
did it wrong. Screw you.
Yeah, that feels like neither here nor there for me.
Now I forget what we were talking about.
Liam.
Yeah. Oh no,
That
we were
was
talking about Assassin's Blade
because of Liam.
because of Liam.
That was fucking rough, dude. I bawled.
I can't say it was rough for me because I
No,
skipped
because
half the book.
I think I texted you at one point and I was like, if something happens to Liam, I'm gonna riot.
You did, and then I was
Because
like,
I started getting the sense that it
"This
was
is
gonna be
not gonna
him.
go well. It's just not gonna be good."
And here's the thing with Rebecca Yarros' comment about the dragons is really only Andarna or Taryn can die because that she still has the other one to keep her alive. Or then just another character is going to die. You know what I mean? Because if your dragon dies, you die. So it has to be one of them or she's just killing off another beloved character, which I guess at this point I wouldn't be
More
surprised.
people. She still has 2 books to write. More people are gonna die.
Oh, for sure. Well, I don't even know either technically if Seagal dies at this point.
Sigale.
If she, because he's what he is, spoiler if you haven't gotten to book 3 yet, would it still impact him?
That was not a spoiler. He is what he is. Sick.
Okay. That's true. That's true. Also, because of your background, it just looked like you fell out of your chair for a second. You could tell we're losing it.
If the last 24 hours didn't make me lose it, I don't know what will.
I feel that.
This one I really like, this bullet point you have. Does the story need the romantic element and could it be done or even better, or could it be done even better without it?
I think it could have been done without the romance. I don't think I would have enjoyed it as much.
I think I would have enjoyed it just as much.
You think?
Yeah,
I don't know. You know me.
like,
I'm like a hopeless romantic. I want everybody to be in love.
I like
and
war.
yeah. I'm a sucker
The
for
dragons and the
romance.
war was like enough for me.
I know. And I really like the dragons. So maybe with the dragons, I'd have to reconsider that statement. I still would have liked it.
But I do still believe, okay, so I would have been able to read it without a romance engulfed in there. I don't think that it would have worked.
See, I think it could have worked.
If you were to take that book and you were to just completely strip that storyline, I don't think it would work. There's too many things that are intertwined in their relationship that
I think she could have written around it. You know what I mean? I don't know.
well,
maybe.
yeah, no, she would have to like
Things
completely
would have to change.
she would have to completely restructure the story is what I'm saying, because something else would have ooh, I keep hitting my mic today. Something else would have to go in place
Yeah.
of the romance to
Mhm.
make everything connect.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think it could be done. I don't think I would like it as much. But that's just I want everybody to be in love.
Yeah, like when I read A Court of War and Ruin, like I didn't at that point, like I didn't care about the romance. Like I was full in on the war.
No, I cared.
I know you did. You're a hopeless romantic.
And the drama of like between Tamlin and Rhys over it, like I love that shit. I love romantic drama. Like in a love triangle, not like
That's
you and
fair.
your spouse type of thing, you know?
Last bullet point is our side characters fully developed? Absolutely not.
Especially in the first book. Like I think by book 3 with Rhee and Riddick, like you are getting more of them. But in this book, no.
Yeah.
I just think in the next few books you get more, but in the first book, absolutely not.
Yeah. I honestly, even after the 3 books, like I still think there are characters that like have development to go.
I agree with that for sure.
Yeah. Like I think that the only person I feel like is developed and not enough, but like developed enough to like actually be invested in is Riddick.
Yeah.
But I still think there are pieces that are missing that like we don't know about Riddick.
Yeah. And I think Rhee's getting there.
Who?
Rhiannon.
Yes, I was like Rhee, who? Rhee, yeah,
Isn't that what they call her? Rhee?
I guess
I don't know, maybe I made that
Rhiannon.
up.
I don't know.
Rhiannon.
All right, well, hit us with the quotes, or at least the first
Okay.
one, and we can 5 stars, obviously, for both of
yeah,
us.
obviously. I think we both said that. I picked 2 romantic quotes, shockingly. The first one, they're also both said by Xaden, so also
A shock.
but there's nowhere in existence you could go that I wouldn't find you violence.
The fact that he like calls, I think violence is like the top tier nickname.
I love it.
So good. The
Mhm.
other quote is, I would rather lose this entire war than live without you. And if that means I have to prove myself over and over, then I'll do it. You gave me your heart and I'm keeping it.
And you know what? Now having read that for the second time, that might be from the second book.
Who cares? It's still a good quote.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it probably is because
I think it is.
they're not really, well, I don't know. That's all right. It was still a good.
It's still good. Who cares? It's still
Uh,
Xaden.
I see the game and I genuinely don't have thoughts. Like I would have needed to prepare for that one.
Okay, that's fair. It was, for context, guys, cast the film. And really, I was thinking like Xaden and Violet.
Yeah, like
only.
not the entire film.
No.
I don't. So actually, Sarah and I were talking about the show and like because of all the news and everything about that it's like finally contracted and yada yada yada.
Mhm.
They ruin it for me. If
So
they don't
here,
do
it's
it
like
right. If
it's
they
the
don't do
Twilight
it right, I'm gonna
issue.
be upset.
It's the Twilight issue. Like, these characters are so perfect.
Yeah.
How do you cast a human to play them?
I think
And
we
they-
have to go into it, like I always say, we have to go into it as a new piece of art.
I struggle with that.
And I know. And for this one I'll struggle.
I'm gonna struggle.
But we'll see.
Like, I did say earlier, I would accept Michael B. Jordan as Xaden just because I fucking love that man. I'm not
Right.
saying he's a good fit. I would just accept it.
That's
Violet,
fair.
I'm not as invested in Violet, like the casting of Violet, as I am Xaden.
Oh, I'm just fully invested in Xaden. That's all I give a
Yeah.
shit about.
Because like Violet's whole thing is like she's plain. You know what I mean? So I'm not like that invested. Just not like Sydney Sweeney or some shit.
We'll have to come back to that one. Maybe I'll like do some like research on like who I would
Right.
cast.
Check back at a later date, friends.
Yeah. To be determined.
Yeah.
Currently my son is just handing me items from my tech bag.
Look who came.
Are you giving me gifts?
Can you see her?
Thank you.
Zelda! You can
Well,
say hi.
if you enjoyed this episode,
Mhm.
sorry, that was
As
just
we both get distracted,
aggressive. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, follow, subscribe, rate, comment,
depending on where you're listening to it, watching it, whatever.
wherever. I feel like our episodes have really turned into like they have a topic and then we like side quest and then we go back to
Yeah.
the topic and then we side quest and then we go back.
Yeah.
So
But that's
if
kind
you're
of just
here
how
on
we
the roller coaster that is our podcast,
Yeah.
welcome. If you've got a friend that you think would like the podcast, welcome. Share and welcome. So with that, unless Cassie has any lasting thoughts, until the next chapter, stay cunning, be brave, and remember you are your own high lady.